So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week we're off down the River Severn with the big man Joshy.
Yeah.
We're going to try and catch a barbel.
Yeah.
It's about 10:30. We've got an hour and 20 drive to go. So we'll see you all down there on the banks of the River Severn. So we're down on the River Severn. We've had a good walk of the stretch. There's one or two people on and we've settled into a swim. It's got a bit of shallow water in. Joshy's all settled in, having his first packet of crisps and a drink. Now this area is really shallow and not the type of area that I would normally fish. There is a gentleman upstream and he's only on till about 4 to 5 o'clock, he said. So the plan is fishing here till then, and I'll be much more confident of an evening into dark with some deeper water in front of me. I believe the fish do hang about here in the day and then move out of the evening. It does look a nice peg. There is a sunken bit of tree downstream where the fish might well hold down, but just going off the edge of the tree to begin with. Start easy and we'll only go hard if we have to. There is a bit of colour in the water, you know, you can see the stream of weed, but I still got that tinge of brown to it, which is good. So we're on about the third cast now. I've just been putting regular casts in probably every 10 minutes. And I don't know why I sat and looked at that rod for so long. I don't know why. I was watching it bouncing away without going and grabbing it. I was kind of just stuck in a blogging moment. We got the first fish on. It doesn't feel very big. I think it's a chub. So the big man's taken over the rod and there's no chance for the fish now because he has no mercy, does Joshy. You keep the rod high, matey. Keep him coming. It does look like a chub. And there we go, he's in the net. Happy, Josh?
Yeah.
Good fun, wasn't it? Sun's out and we've evaded the blank. So there we go, good to get off the mark. And as always on the Severn, for me, it always seems to start with a chub. Great fun, and you made up with that, matey?
Yeah.
Good to get off the mark, although it did disturb his sausage roll, so he's not that happy. So the rods are back in, and having probably 15-minute casts on them. Like I say, not putting loads of bait in case we move, and just really fishing for the bite, really. Put a bit more hemp in. It's time to play dinosaurs. And a perfect setting. So it's just coming up to 3 o'clock now, and in the blistering heat we've moved pegs. You see there's one or two fish topping close in, and I've just got the rod straight out. I'm going to put a bit of hemp in a minute. Joshua's found a place for his dinosaurs and getting a bang already on that left hand rod. Change of swim within a couple of moments has brought a bite, and like on the previous swim, it's a chublet. Ever reliable Mr. Chub. And on the previous video we did have one or two chub, and if there's a lot of them in the river then we'll have to come back with a stick float, won't we? Instant results again. Just gotta hope that, you know, there's a few more out there and we can keep getting bites, but good start moving into a new swim. So the rods are in, we've put that bit of hemp in, and yeah, what a beautiful backdrop. Really is a beautiful setting on the River Severn. Joshua's set up home in the unhooking mat. He's having a bit of a snooze. That's kids for you, isn't it? And yeah, it's a swim. I haven't fished for a couple of years, this one, but I always kind of, in my mind, look for deep water after shallow. So where we were fishing before, it's just down here somewhere. You see Joshua there. Down there in that fast water. But I always seem to like just to target the slightly deeper water above the fast. It's just my preference, really. And yeah, the rods are in. We've got one rod in this type of area over here, 3/4 of the way across. We've got the other one in line with that hemp that we've put in. So when conditions are like this and it's blue skies, it is lovely sat here in the sun, especially after the spring we've had that's been so wet and dreary. Me and Joshua were just sat down there, like you can see on screen now, with our feet in the water, nice and cooling, and just chilling out. When conditions are like this, any barbel before, you know, it cools down later on is a bonus. But I keep on casting, just keep on putting that bait in, and that line of bait going down the river, I think sets you up for when them barbel do begin to move up, hopefully, and then chub. So our first today, that far bank rod's gone. It was a bit of a weird take. It was like just bouncing, really. Oh, it's a bream. Spend a lot of time on the River Weaver, 5 minutes from my house for bream. When you're travelling out on 20 to the Severn, it's not quite what you'd expect, is it? But like I say, all bites are welcome, and it just proves that line of bait is working, and good to get a bite on that far bank line. So the rod's gone again on that far bank rod. I don't think it's a barbel, but pass Joshy the rod straight away and see what it is. Just keep on reeling, matey. That line tight. Let's see what it is. See if we can get its head up. It's a chub, don't we? Be careful. There we go. We'll get the net and we'll get it in. So there's Joshy's second chub of the day, and he'll make a cracking match angler. There was no messing about getting that one in, was there, matey? No. A beautiful chub. We're getting plenty of bites, which is all about. It's just coming up to 6 o'clock, and I was about to do a piece to camera on how I've been happy with what we've had so far with the conditions. You know, we're moving into that time of the evening now where you hope that the barbel will move in. Anything to this point really has been a bonus. What I'm trying to do is just get it in front of me and under a bit of control so Joshua can have a go. Can you feel the power of him?
Yeah.
Alright, so we just want to see him pulling. So when he pulls, we don't reel. And then when we want to get a bit of line, a couple of reels. When you got light line on, matey, so we can't bully them, yeah? You feel his power. How strong is he?
Strong.
He's strong, isn't he? Ooh, it could be a nice one, matey. Could be a nice one. Oh, ooh, right. Let's take our time. Right, see him coming. So he's going to try and get us in these reeds down here. So we've got to be careful of that, okay?
Okay.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. This is where we don't want to lose him. We've won the battle to this point, haven't we?
Yeah.
We don't want to lose him now. His head's up. I think he's done. I think he's ours. Oh, there we go. Hey, well done, mate. Hey, super well done. You didn't rush it. You listened to what I said and smashed it, mate.
Thank you.
Well done. So hopefully all that's come out on the GoPro, but if it hasn't, I just want to repeat what I've just said. Well done, matey.
Thank you.
That wasn't easy. It had us in snags. You didn't pull too hard, yeah? And you played the fish and took your time and listened to what I was saying. Proper well done. Proud of you, matey. That's a lovely barbel, that. And well worth sitting around for.
Yeah.
We've got a rod that's found a snag out there, so we'll have to sort that out. We'll give Mr. Barbel a rest, and me and Joshy, we'll have a rest. Yeah. And then we'll take a look at Mr. Barbel. We got one. So if any of you are worrying about his fringe, he's growing his hair out for the new hairstyle, so he's not neglected. He's just going to be super cool in a couple of weeks, aren't you? Yeah. When it grows long enough. A little bit of the fishing, if it's come out, I was trying to help Joshua the best I can play the fish, but one of the biggest lessons is happening now. You got to rest the fish, haven't you, matey? Yeah. Give them a good break. They give everything in the fight, and you can see there the shoulders on it. It's a beautiful barbel, it really is. And proper made up to have shared that memory with me little man. Going to spend a couple of moments now to giving this barbel a good rest in the edge, making sure it's right. So there we go. What a barbel, and I'm hoping it's all come out on the GoPro and that, because it was a top effort by Joshy. He listened to everything I said and played this barbel really well. £9, 10 ounces, and the only unlucky part is maybe a couple of weeks ago before it spawned, we'd have had a double figure barbel. But it's come on that inside rod where we fed that hemp heavy. It kept on casting all the way through the day, through those chub and then bream. We've been rewarded with Mr. Barbel. So that is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the barbel to start kicking like he wants to get out the net. You see there. And that is what you're waiting for. You know, they don't want to be in the net, so they want to be fighting to get out. And you can see there, that barbel upright in the net, holding itself and fighting to get out. What we'll do is we'll let him go. There he goes. And that's how they should all go off. Nice and strong. Back into the beautiful River Severn. So he's just caught a £9 barbel with his dad. And now we're trying to catch these little minnows that are in the edge, just to have a look at them. And you see we've had a few of them in there. They look like little tiny dace to me, or minnows, but he's just as happy we've caught them as a £9 barbel, aren't you? We've been trying for hours to catch them, haven't we?
Yeah.
There we go. Isn't it what it's all about? Being by the river, covered in mud, wet, catching minnows in a bucket. Quickly going over the bait. Got loads of that Hindus hemp, and that's what we've been putting over that inside line. Ground bait wise, we've got some of the hemp and holly mix from Hindus, and in there we've got some of the ellipse pellets. And what I do with this, I just dampen up the top layer, and when I get home I freeze the rest of it and just bring it each time. Makes the ground bait go a long way, and yeah, never had any problems doing it that way. So you just dampen up the top bit that you're using. Got some of the little pellets there, ellipse pellets, and again keep them dry, take them home, put them back in the box, and they'll do you for another session as well. Got some of the different size pellets there if you want a bander pellet. Got some hook baits and some more hook baits in there as well. Nice and organised to hand, and how I have me set up. So the rod that we're using are my Corum Excalibur rods in 1.75 test curve. We've got the new Zelos reels, and on there we've got £12 barbel line. The setup, nice and simple, and the same for all my barbel fishing really. I've got a bottom run kit, got a cage feeder with some pellets, capped with that ground bait, an £8 hook link, down to a size 8 grappler hook, and a pellet. And look at that for a beautiful backdrop. The last of the day just drifting away, and Joshy on the river catching fish. Reel in, mate, keep reeling in, faster. There you go. Take your time. Oh, it's a nice chub. Let's see if we can get him in. Take a look. So that is the first fish that he's played from start to finish. And what a chub. £4 3 ounces. You're having a bit of a red letter day, matey. A £9 barbel and a £4 chub. And he had no help at all with that one. I'd be happy with that one, matey. Well done. We'll get the rods back out behind. And one happy Joshua day. You made up with it?
Yeah.
He's proper scared he's going to drop it. So I don't know if you can hear in the distance, but the concert started back up again. All types of classical music. We're going to be treated to this evening. You can see now just the embers of the day ebbing away like the river in front of us. The rods are back in. I've got a happy Joshua on my hands and a even happier dad. You see this fish top in there just on that line that we're fishing close in. So hopefully, you know, the rods are going to go. But look at that for the beautiful backdrop. And that's why I make the hour and 20 journey down here to the Severn. Like all evenings, as it goes on, the view just gets better and better. Me and Joshy just sit here admiring it. The river is absolutely alive with fish. You can see over there. And all the way down here, this chub rolling. I think the odd barbel's rolled, so it just gets the excitement going. So them bangs on the tip have eventually connected with a fish, and it feels like a chub. Now another one of those steely chub, and we'll definitely have to come down here on the stick float. It seems like there's one or two of these about this year. We'll get him straight back, and we'll get the rod back out and see if we can get Mr. Barbel. So just about 10:15, and that inside rod has just melted off. And you can't beat that feeling as dark comes in, because it's definitely darker than it is on the camera, and a barbel on the other end of your rod. That reel just ticking over, and hopefully we can get a barbel on the bank. So there we go. It's taken until proper dark for that rod to peel off, and it did proper rip off. I was changing the bait on the other rod down the inside. It's about 10:15. Let's get this beautiful barbel straight back and get the rod back out on the spot. But yeah, proper worth the effort coming down. It's been a great day, and let's see if we can get one more. You always want one more. So after a quiet period, it's coming up to about 11:30. We're probably going to call this the last one. It has been a bit of a quiet hour, but the rod eventually has bounced round. When you take a bit of line, it's normally a sign of a barbel. It is just holding out there a little bit, and I think there's an answer. Hopefully we can finish with a barbel. And right next to me we've got Joshy with his head torch on. He's got Monkey with him, and he's ready with the net, aren't you, Joshy?
Yeah.
You had a good time?
Yeah.
It's been an adventure, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's hopefully we can finish with a barbel.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. And there we go, what a perfect end to a perfect day. It's been a joy to be on the bank with a little big man fishing for barbel. This is barbel number 3, and it's coming up to probably 11:30 now. So we are going to call it a day and call this the last one. All that remains now is for me and Joshua to wish you tight lines in your own fishing. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.